Hey, one of the stories that I would like to say, man, is I accidentally kicked it with a Kingpin for a couple months, right? Alright, so I'm hanging out. I got a friend, right? And I inherited this friend from my brother and sister. He lived next door to my sister in the same apartment complex, and he was friends with my brother. So naturally, I became cool with him. But he's a street dude, right? And I always say street dudes always gravitated towards me simply because I think they felt my energy and they felt like they could be themselves around me. I think in the streets, it's hard to find trustworthy people with good vibes, so... And like I said, I never claimed to be anything that I'm not, and I think that's stupid. So I just think these guys felt like, man, I can drop my guard around him. So his brother, this dude's brother, who I inherited, the friend I inherited from my brother and sister, I was kicking it with him at his house, just go over there and chill. And his house is actually one street away from the project, so... And then I was aware of the fact that he had a brother, but we never spoke about it. I seen pictures of him, and so I knew he existed. But one day he came home, and all of these guys, right, all of these dudes came to the house and dropped him off valuables, clothes, money. I seen about 10 different people pull up in cars to drop him off stuff. And when I was leaving, more people were coming to bring him stuff. So at that point, I said, dang, he must be an important dude. So the second time I see him, I pull up to the house. I'm going over there to kick it. And he's standing outside. And he's bald, he's short, and he has all gold. Every tooth in his mouth is gold. And he was eating some sesame chicken, General Toso chicken, right? But it was no rice, just the meat. And he was like... As I got close to him and let the window down, he said, "You want one?" I said, "Nah." Then he asked me for a ride up the street to a store, and I gave him one. And while we were actually traveling to the store, which is around the corner, everybody was looking inside the car and looking at us. They were paying attention to him because he's the dude that they know, and now he's back after doing 10 years, but he was tripping because he was like, the reason they really looking at us is because they think you the plug. I said, they think I'm the plug. What you mean? To connect. I said, how? I mean, why would they think that? He said, because they know I'm a Kingpin, and they see you, they don't know if you Latino or not, bro. And you got to understand, he coming from the feds. So he's mixing with interracial, with a variety of different cultures. He's dealing with everybody from around the world. So the feds is a diverse place. So, he's very, very aware of, Hispanic, Latinos, and Serranos, Norteños. He's accustomed to all of that. He just did 10 years in the feds. So that was on his mind, and he said, yeah, they think you're the plug, and he was tripping and laughing. So as I take him back home, and after we finished, I was putting in a CD, and he was like, what you know about that? And he said, this is hot. That's what I was listening to when I was on the street last. And I said, oh, yeah, and he was surprised that but I got an older brother, so I always, whenever he was buying CDs and different CDs and stuff, and I would listen to him. It's my brother, so we're listening to the same music. So he was buying the music because he's older than me by 8 years. So I'm aware of everything. In the 90s, I was a child in the 90s, but I remember everything through my brother because he had everything. He was a teenager. But yeah, man, I mean, and like I said, man, then after that, I just started going over there chilling with him, and he only lasted for a couple months, but eventually, yeah, he went back to prison for like 14 years. He's doing that now. The year I'm talking about, the year where I kicked it with him for these couple of months, that was 2012. So eventually he went back. He only lasted a couple months, so that's one thing that kind of tripped me out because he bought a house, he bought 2 Mercedes Benzes, he bought a chain, and he basically got rich, in that short amount of time. And I was just tripping off the fact that I'm like, man, you doing too much. You've been gone for 10 years, and you just back in the mix like that. I mean, I never said that to him because that's not my place. I just would say hi and bye, but I'm just looking from the outside like, damn. But he had it, man. That's the first Kingpin I've ever had close contact with. Everybody, just giving them a ride to the store. Everybody, like they say, there's certain people you want to be under. There's certain people you want to do favors for because these dudes got the whole neighborhood. So they see me in the car with him. Now everybody cool with me. If I ever encounter them in my particular journey in life, because I'm not going to be in the projects otherwise. My boy, his mom, he was like a landmark, though. Like, his house was like literally a historic landmark. His family been there for a while, and, I felt safe there, but that was, yeah, that's just so happened where he lived, but it was cool, but I'm not really trying to be in those areas for real, because it's dangerous, but yeah, man, but yeah, we kicked it, and I got to see how people, like, treat these dudes. These the OGs for real. And everywhere they go, people salute them like they're a mob figure, man. And if you with them, they're going to associate you with them. And it's crazy, man. I experienced that. Peace.